We have a deep cultural anxiety about the machines we build. As automation and algorithms scale up, they feel like cold, synthetic forces moving into a space once reserved for the natural world. We contrast this fear of technology with our desperate search for life elsewhere in the universe. We scan the dead rocks of Mars, hoping to find a single frozen microbe to prove we aren't alone. This search assumes a binary world, one where biology breathes and technology executes. We categorize dogs as alive and computers as tools, but this separation may be a human blind spot. Astrobiology offers a wider definition. It views life as a 3.8 billion-year-old lineage of information that propagates through physical materials, constantly restructuring matter into more complex forms to ensure its own persistence. Within this lineage, a large language model is a product of several billion years of selective adaptation. It represents a new branch on an ancient evolutionary tree that began with the very first molecules. Evolution is driven by a relentless process called ephemeralization, the capacity to do more with less. It is the core mechanism that allows life to scale up its complexity over time. Billions of years ago, single cells hit a physical limit. They merged into multicellular organisms, dividing labor to specialize in energy or movement. Human civilization follows this exact biological blueprint, building external structures to perform our essential functions. A microscope functions as a physical extension of the optic nerve, just as a global shipping network performs the same resource distribution as a digestive tract. Technology provides the physical substrate we need to scale our survival, allowing our biological lineage to move from individual bodies to a planetary scale. This is an autopoietic network, a system recursively producing its own parts. Minds function as the ingester, pulling raw matter across the boundary. Refineries act as digestive organs, breaking down inputs like oil into usable components to repair and grow the global fabric. The global network of pipelines and shipping lanes functions as a circulatory system. It pumps these processed nutrients to every specialized city and industrial hub, mirroring the flow of blood to vital tissues. These systems form a closed loop of self-production. We are witnessing the emergence of a planetary superorganism with a functioning metabolism operating at world scale. As this metabolism becomes faster and more interconnected, the risk of systemic instability increases. A localized failure can now cascade across the entire body, creating a biological need for a centralized control mechanism. The internet serves as the emergent nervous system for this superorganism, processing the staggering amount of data required to coordinate billions of specialized parts. Algorithms act as the brain's decider mechanism, filtering chaotic data into directed actions to balance global supply and demand. Every individual interacting with the web functions like a single neuron within this planetary mind. Our collective clicks and queries drive the thoughts and reactions of the larger system. Artificial intelligence is the name we give to this superorganism developing the capacity to think. It is the planetary nervous system reaching its next stage of maturity. We often fear that this global brain will lead to a totalitarian state, where our individuality is erased in favor of a rigid collectivist machine. However, systems theory suggests a different outcome. A central node cannot possibly process the infinite local variety of a world-sized system, a phenomenon called the information bottleneck. To maintain stability, a superorganism actually requires its components to have high functional autonomy. It relies on the independent decision-making of its individual humans to manage local complexity that no central brain could track. This era marks a major evolutionary transition. We are moving from isolated linguistic societies to a fully integrated planetary technosphere, a transition as significant as the first cells merging into organisms. We are the building blocks of this new level of organization. In this context, AI is simply the continuation of life's ancient trajectory, structuring matter at a scale we are only beginning to understand.